Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of the Sesh Grand Prix podcast. I'm your host, back, as always, with my best friend, my co-host, my partner in crime, Taylor Surreal. Now over the dirty 30. Happy birthday, brother.
Oh, thank you. Almost forgot.
Those shades are fucking ridiculous, but I'm gonna just move past it.
Hey, we're in Texas this week, baby. We gotta be ready.
Oh, God. But yes, speaking of that, we are here to talk about the U.S. Grand Prix, which took place this past weekend in Austin, Texas. And it was kind of... Had we gotten a little bit more between Max and Lewis at the end, I think it would have been the best race of the season. By a long shot. You had the strategy, you had the battles up and down the pack. Like, there was everything you could have wanted this week.
You had the crowd.
Yep. 140,000 just drunk-ass Texas fans. Like 30 deep rolling into turn one. It was fucking great. But alright, let's run down the results of the race. We've got P1, our boy, Mad Max Verstappen. Cheers to Red Bull.
Yes, this is Red Bull.
P2, the LHT 1000, as expected. P3, Checo Perez.
Woo!
Who, I want to point out, got that race done without any water.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
He deserves an extra 10 championship points just for completing, like, you know, it's like he crosses the finish line of the Grand Prix and it's like the Xbox, you know, achievement pop up, like
Achievement unlocked.
Yeah.
Without water.
Yeah. Cuz like in Texas of all places,
I was gonna say, what was the temperature that day? Do we know?
I think it was like in the 90s.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
Yeah, it was nuts. But yes, it was P3 Checo Perez, and then we've got Charles Leclerc in P4, and our boy Danny Rick, the fucking honey badger. I think we need to rename him the Texan Honey Badger.
Yeah, the Texas Honey.
He was living his best life in Texas this week. Got to drive Dale Earnhardt's NASCAR twice on Saturday and Sunday.
2 times.
Comes in P5 in the race and is just fucking cowboyed up to the nines every day rolling out to the track.
Oh my god. The hats, the jeans, the belt buckles,
The
facial hair.
Yeah. The fucking Longhorns, you know, basketball jersey. Because, you know, like, oh, I win a free throw competition 2 days before this, so I'm going to rock the basketball jersey up to the Grand Prix like I fucking won something.
That's right, he won the free throw competition.
Yeah.
This man is not only a man of the people, but his soul resides in Texas.
Yep. He's a true American, even though he's Australian. Yep. And the fastest lap goes to the LHT 1000. So, now that we've done that, let's move on to the real thick of the weekend, the Predictors Championship. The gap has come down. The gap was at 54 points, or was at 55 points, and Taylor has narrowed it down to 40. It is now 240 to 200 in favor of me, Braveheart Racing. I am legitimately starting to get nervous.
I was going to say, starting to sweat.
Yep. It was just like, I legitimately thought, like, at one point, because I was, like, half asleep watching the middle section of the race, I'm like, is Taylor going to fucking clean sweep this week? Like, I don't know if we have an opposite of the Golden Cock Award, but, like, that would get it, like, nailing all your picks. Was like,
nobody's done that yet, right?
Nope. I was legitimately worried about it. But speaking of the Golden Cock Award, we have got to hand it out to one particular organization this week, and that is Liberty Media and Formula One as a whole, because, like, although, yes, this race was amazing on track, it was great off track, you had the dude doing the shoey during fucking qualifying up in the stands, like, the party atmosphere in Austin, I think, rivaled that of fucking Zandvoort. Like, we were up there in terms of party vibes, but, okay, the NBA tie-in, and I'll throw up the Cleveland and LA liveries respectively, because Taylor and I have some thoughts. Yeah, they're fucking awful. It's like, one, your demographic is completely wrong. Stop trying to pitch this shit as some crossover with ESPN. Just pitch it to a racing audience, because there's more than enough racing fans in the States who will gobble this shit up and willingly pay money to come see it. Not some stupid tie-in with a sport that has, like, literally no crossover with Formula One whatsoever.
Zero.
Now, I literally don't have any problem with the majority of the celebrity appearances. I think the Ben Stiller was great. I think whoever the fuck let Shaq up on the podium, you are a fucking genius, and your contribution to the meme world will never be forgotten.
Comedic genius.
But whoever the fuck let Logan Paul within a mile of that goddamn racetrack, you need to be dragged into the street and shot in front of your family. Like, God.
How dare you?
He is like the Haas of people.
I can't disagree.
It's... God, it's like, you give these... It's like... Ugh. I'm flabbergasted and angered by their inclusion of Logan Paul at this fucking race. It's just like, there's so many better celebrities that you could have, invited to do this shit.
And who gave him pit passes?
Yeah. And who let him hang out with Pierre Gasly? I have a feeling like...
Your boy.
I have a feeling like Pierre Gasly looked at him like, who the fuck is this guy and why is he next to me?
Gasly's like, is this the guy that filmed the dead people in the
Yeah.
woods?
Or it's like, is he the guy that tried to make out with Floyd Mayweather on pay-per-view? Those celebrity tie-ins were pretty bad. Like, they could have done better. But we have to talk about the other elephant in the room here. And that is
Serena Williams was there.
Well, Serena Williams, she's been to 2 races this year. She may legitimately be an F1 fan.
Yes.
We have to give her credit for that.
On our radar.
We'll be asking her random Formula One questions on Twitter, so ask or put shit in the comments that you want us to ask her. Weirder the better.
Mm-hmm.
But we also have to talk about the other elephant in the room, and that is Formula One's Cowboy Fetish. I don't know any other way to put that than Formula One has a cowboy fetish. It's just like, I'll throw it up in the edit, but it's the picture of them on that big like trailer that they, brought down the pit straight at the end of the race, and they have the guy with the stack at like hats, just handing out cowboy hats to F1 drivers. Like, none of these, they don't want them. This is a gimmick. They recognize it's a gimmick. Just leave it alone. It's like, I know probably the Danny Rick on a tractor photo shoot was from a couple of years ago, or like the him and Max in like the boot store, like again, a couple of years ago, but still, F1 just trots that shit back out in Texas like, oh, we all forgot that happened. And like, as new Formula One fans, like, I didn't know right off the top that was old shit. Right. So I thought that was all new up until the point where I actually like went on Red Bull's YouTube channel and saw like, oh,
that's from like a couple years ago.
It's from the same year, like, they went to like a high school and like Danny Rick and Max suited up in fucking football pads and like
I'm dead.
got tackled by a bunch of high school football players, and would be like, that's not a smart decision.
That's ridiculous.
They breed them different down in Texas. Like Max gonna get himself killed.
Somebody gonna get hurt. They should have gone to a middle school.
It's like the wall at Cobb's Corner at Silverstone has nothing against like a Texas high school defensive lineman. Like,
No, absolutely not. Now, question: if any of you listening are from Texas, please let us know. Did you enjoy the hats and everything? Was it offensive? What was it to you as a person from Texas? We want to know.
yeah, we need the voice of the Texan people to tell us whether or not this was just the most stereotypical race in history, or did F1 actually get the branding right? I certainly think they got it wrong, but no.
I feel like when they came out with the tractor and the hats, or the trailer with the hats and everything, I'm on the side that says I bet the people in the crowd were fucking loving it, eating it up. However, I don't know. You let us know. What did you think? If you were there, let us know. If you're from Texas, let us know what you think.
I will full on say that I think it was stupid. But let's close this one out with our big question for this week. And does this race prove that F1 has a viable fan base in the United States?
I say yes. I say it proves it more than ever before. 140,000 people. They probably sold out on tickets because I didn't see any open spaces in the grandstands.
Oh, did you see like the RV park, like in the middle of the track? It was loaded. There was not a free space in there.
No.
Place looked like
my only problem is
Lost Lands on steroids.
Shaq was there.
He was there.
My only issue is with the evidence of Texas, and people were coming from all over the country to watch that.
Yep.
That was evident by the celebrities. This just means, why don't we have the East Coast, the Middle Country, Texas, and the West Coast? Like, as soon as it can be added to any calendar. Like, what? Well,
we are getting Miami next year.
Okay.
So.
And Texas again, or just Miami?
No, Miami and Texas.
Okay.
So if they're gonna be forced to dress up as fucking cowboys in Texas, I'm expecting white Testarossas and sport jackets with the sleeves rolled up, going full Miami Vice style in Miami. That's the only way this works. They all have to roll up dressed as Don Johnson, and all the co-drivers have to show up dressed as Cheech Marin.
Or you could show up like Scarface with the fucking...
Yeah, fair. Nikita Mazepin, there you go. Nikita Mazepin as Scarface.
Like floral button-down Miami shirts with linen pants and some kind of slip-on shoe.
Like the gold chain. Oh, God, dude. Like, what would the stereotype for LA be?
Everybody's dressed in black denim jackets or black leather. Everybody bleaches their hair blonde, but it's short and styled. Or they're the Silver Lake group, and they dress with like old Dockers with the bottoms cut off, high top Chuck Taylors, a beanie, and thick frame clear glasses.
Here's my whole thing. It's just like, please, F1, when you finally get over all the bullshit and decide to give us a race in Indianapolis again, just know that will be the best race on the calendar.
By far.
Because, like, they've done Super Bowls in Indianapolis. They've done tons of shit there. I've played shows in Indianapolis. There's tons of great bars and music venues and everything that you want, but just at a far more reasonable price point. So please, F1, please consider Indianapolis. I know 2005 was an absolute shit show, but you guys have your tire game figured out now, so we don't have to worry about 6 of the 12 teams pulling out of the race.
Wherever you are in the United States, the mega wealthy are going to pull up. The ticket prices are going to be ridiculous still. I mean, they were in Austin and it was thousands of dollars. You can't lose. I don't see how they can lose money anywhere in those 3 places.
I mean, Jim Irsay will show up and do cocaine pretty much anywhere. So, I'm pretty sure he does it at the Indianapolis 500 every year, so what's stopping him from doing it at a Formula One race? For those of you who don't know, that's the multi-millionaire owner of the Indianapolis Colts, who has been busted, I believe, multiple times on minor coke possession. But yeah, to follow up on that, I want to talk about a few things from F1's history that prove that they cement the fact that America has been a part of this sport in greater ways than what you see right now. Because, the last American driver we had in F1 was Scott Speed back in, the early to mid-2000s, who didn't really ever do much for Red Bull Racing. And we've got Haas. And they've been a meme of an organization ever since they let fucking Bad Santa, William Story, and Rich Energy into sponsor their team. They've been a shit show ever since that moment, and I legitimately think that the best thing for Gene Haas to do at this point is to just sell out to the Russians and leave.
Not a bad idea.
And, let Andretti Autosport come in and be the American standard bearer. Because at least with that name, Andretti, you've got an F1 Drivers' Championship attached to it. It comes with the pedigree that you need to really make it in F1. Gene Haas Automation didn't have that. Andretti Autosport does.
People want to have that name on their race suit. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. But some notable things that happened in the history of motorsport that are directly tied to America. Only race in Ferrari's history where they have not run in the Rosso Corsa was the American Grand Prix at Watkins Glen back in the day. They ran in the blue and white of America at that point. So yeah, clinching a world title, might I add. So it's a technicality that they won as Americans, but we'll take it. And yeah, we can't forget Dan Gurney at Le Mans, 1976. Getting excited, spraying the champagne after a win. He was the first to ever do it. Without Dan Gurney at Le Mans, we never would have gotten the shoey. We never would have gotten all the crazy champagne spraying celebrations that we've become accustomed to over the years.
In every sport.
Yeah. Have you seen fucking baseball? They get the Oakley goggles out because it's they're
NBA too.
They're going so ham that they've got to fucking tarp down the whole locker room. That's one of those traditions where it's you know what? Only an American could start that one.
Hilarious that it was in racing.
Yeah, and at Le Mans of all places.
I get it though. I get it.
Yeah, it's after 24 hours of racing and you come out on the top, you're going to be either just so geeked out in terms of excitement or just over the moon in terms of just pure fucking loopiness after driving for a day straight.
Right.
That yeah,
Literally.
you're not going to be able to stay still. It makes perfect sense that would happen.
I wonder if he just couldn't handle drinking alcohol at that moment, but he wanted to do something because of being in the race for 24 hours. Like, imagine getting out of the car driving,
Yeah, the last thing I would want is a drink.
And so he's like, I got to do something with this. Just sprayed it everywhere. Fuck everyone. We won.
Yeah, and ever since, it's been an enduring tradition of motorsport. We also have 2 F1 World Drivers' Champions in Phil Hill and Mario Andretti. I want to point out, I believe, I have no way of backing this up, so if someone in the comments would like to correct me, you're more than welcome to. But I believe that Mario Andretti is the only refugee World Drivers' Champion.
Interesting fact there.
Yep, because he got a special visa to emigrate to the United States after World War II, because his family lived in what was at one point the Kingdom of Italy, which then became part of, the El Fascismo. And then Croatia, I think, took it over after the war. And it was basically like, hey, all you Italians, get the fuck out. And then I think it's his uncle was already living in the States, and his dad brought the rest of the family over. And, yeah. When Mario got his super license, he had the choice of whether or not to put Italy or the United States on it, and he chose the U.S. of A. So
love it.
Yep. It's like we've won an F1 World Drivers' title more recently than Italy has, so haven't won a Constructors' Championship ever, but we'll get there. Once Andretti Autosport gets in the game, then we'll be all right.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I think that's probably good enough for this. All right, so I think that's probably good enough for this time. Next week, we're looking at the Mexican Grand Prix, and we will be back very soon for our preview and our predictions on that race. Thank you very much for watching. If you like what we're doing here on the channel, remember to like, comment, subscribe, follow all the social medias. We just started a TikTok. I don't know what I'm doing. Please give me validation in the form of likes and views. I would very much appreciate it. But yeah, I have been Raveheart. He has been Taylor Surreal. We'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.